Asemia Bekimbia, we back with facts. And today we are doing another story on Madam Torkonoo, and we want Ghanaians to understand the reason why majority of Ghanaians listen to this platform. Make sure the reason why Madam Torkonoo, she's not supposed to come back as the CJ of Ghana. She's not. Madam Torkonoo or Chief Justice, no. Nebano etro letter say contract be ono na obetuma ye no or track command Madam Torkonoo office say sa contract no wa bid for contract no. Omo be redesigning the library for the judiciary and also a lounge. Now sika almost say omo de ba be sa contract no a 456,000 Titigana sika no over 4 billion. Remember say contract na a lady way ne maame the Chief Justice no contract na ye demand no a restrictive tendering. And I say because a restrictive tendering na yama obia kwan emanang ambede. 4 months to election, approve almost 5 billion old Ghana cedis contract edema Madam Torkonoo ba. So you now understand why Afenyo Markin is backing a lot. There's a lot in there. There's so many things going on that you have no idea. Madam Torkonoo issue, no, and not just suspension. Her license is supposed to be revoked. She's not supposed to go home with a dime. Yeah, can't one of the Chief Justice of Ghana destroy the judiciary? From what I am reading here, no, Madam Torkonoo should not go scot-free like that.
Coco TV GH. Ope be biya wa santimem. Say news, say sports, say entertainment. Be biara. Wa santimai. Coco TV GH. I'm telling you, ole logo. Jenny Egbe ya Coco TV GH. Baro bagba Coco TV GH. No size. Egbe. G.
Asemia Bekimbia, we back with facts. And today we are doing another story on Madam Torkonoo, and we want Ghanaians to understand the reason why majority of Ghanaians listen to this platform. Make sure the reason why Madam Torkonoo, she's not supposed to come back as the CJ of Ghana. She's not. Now, company way, you registered in 2019. We should address the shower house number BAE 2920 near the place, 16th Street, Bashona. I want to register a company, no. Now, so Oko company no more. Oma company no eyo omodia and our directors of the company. So we share document America we are company 2. You will see this. Mami and large na obia hu bi se na be ya enye de se me nko na mehwe. Wo omo directors of the company no. Your Adam Sarah Amega Torkonoo oye Ghanaian director marketing. Adam Sarah Amega Torkonoo ono na director marketing. Sa company na registered in 2019. And ye wo eye Serum Francis Afi Torkonoo ono so eye director and designer. Serum Francis Afi Torkonoo ono so ye director and designer. And ye wo Serum Francis Afi Torkonoo osa ye secretary and designer. Inti company no, the director and the secretary no, one person, your friend is Serum Francis Afi Torkonoo. And the marketing director no, your friend no, Adam Sarah Amega Torkonoo. Now, so company na you registered in 2019. Right now, Mamwati ase omo directors of the company. Nipa na mabo mudini nyina, you heard it. Now, Mamencho Adebi, a company, sa company way, obebuta say a dear no ye. Sa company way say omobeye ejumebi ama Ghana. Now, omoje contract every the judicial services hall. Contract and then say almost say omo ba be refurbish a judicial services no, omo see new lounge, any omo library. On be refurbishing. Now, a dear American owner, make a just say, or the owner of the company. A Serum. This Serum lady, Onye. This one is called Serum. So she is the owner of the company. Serum Frances Afi Torkonoo. She is the daughter of the suspended Chief Justice. Company now make a lady way dear. Now the contract was to fix the judicial library, build a lounge and decorate the lounge for the judicial services. Inti, we have established, sir, this company was actually registered in 2019. It belongs to the Chief Justice's daughter. The Chief Justice's daughter and on the company, at the end of the day, the Judicial Services MSA company, contract to decorate the Judicial Library and also build a new lounge or redecorate a new lounge for the judiciary. Now remember, Serum, the daughter of the Chief Justice, Torkonoo, Madam Araba Torkonoo, Nebabani. That's her daughter. Now, what are some of the items? Girl way company and a lady way company. Enya contracts na or say, or they ba eba bedeng, or they eba be renovate the Judicial Library and also the lounge for the judiciary. Remember, her mother is the Chief Justice. Time we win the contract, we know none of my men a Chief Justice. Now, these are some of the items. Onya contract no or say or toya or the ebedeng or the bedi jumano. Inti sa osha some of the items they be near. Now osha items na. We didn't remember contract so, but I'm going to show you how the whole thing went down. Oto judges reading room or renovate oto akonya bako 3,000 Ghana cedis. Oto or say desk or to be 1,900. Sorry, I hope maybe I'm getting it wrong. Or to be 24,000. Or say lounge in Kunjani be 240 million old Ghana. And or to nyamani be 42,000. Or say a Kunja basic lounge or to a year desktop computers be 23,000 Ghana, 230 million old Ghana. These are some of the things contract or state say obeto edia renovate the judges lounge and also the library, the judicial library. And remember, contract where we win and a Chief Justice. Now osha flower pot be or the car ne contract no one or say obeto edia renovation or to be 1,900 Ghana to Ghana and 19 million. Oto bibiti say in Kunyabi and also to be 6,500 Ghana, 65 million old Ghana. Oto tables be 32,000. Bibiti say curtains, blinds, or to be 7,000, that is 70 million old Ghana. Any a whole lot of things or say na obey you see day. I change the face of the judiciary or my library, any their lounge. Remember, say contract na a lady way ne the Chief Justice no.
Hey, Ras nini yo. Champion why. Na ede me akasa ba be chire ha boko na be say ne de be say me man kwan. Na mo a follow me, mo a mo to madru. E man kwan waka bi a che. Ono oni madru. Oni se de me koko mampani de. Kwa me faso tu koko ma ne yakono. Me tu koko bi ti ho no mo a wo se me tu me de. Ede Ras nini. Abidjafo na home. E dey say na wo ka kire wo. Aha.
Bi aso no chiri for asem pakodo. Koko president na. Koko man panyini. Wari ase tu koko ma wa tu no atimi tu di kofi ko bampis. Koko president wa power. Wate. Samba no na friend no.
It is a koko ni bi asu bi. Abeka say onko home minister.
Oh David.
Wo ka say onko home assembly man.
David.
And I rule committees we.
David. Esi wa ni nyina na president. Baako pe woni akiri o da friend number no
na se be ma pa o pe so be ma mu yidu na o pe so be ma nu timi boduma na mu ye denten
oh aboa ana we dey one person
aha mugabu no bye
contract na ye demand no a restrictive tendering and I say obi ka say restrictive tendering na ya ma obi akwan e ma na ambede contract am de be kire no unya hu cost contract in a sum, total sum. You don't have it. You have no idea. I'm going to show you. But I want you to understand, say, Madam Torkonoo bano ne baba serum we no. Yeah, man, the contract no, na a restrictive tendering. Meaning, Yama obia ho kwan say on bid for that contract. Technically, your friend no and on nko abaye and your tam sika man say contract no. So obi weka say onya priority, onya special treatment. Ne ma me na the Chief Justice and the contract we man no restrictive tendering. Into obi an na mpre ho. Ayo no nko a. She is the only person they gave the contract to. These are some of the reasons why I say Madam Torkonoo should not come back to the Supreme Court. She needs to understand. If she doesn't, there are a lot of damage. Now, may I go into the contract. Now, these contracts are quite interesting. Team. Now, my team is saying I should read restrictive tendering as a tre and so you move forward. I guess this is the only story we are doing today. Now, you guys are restrictive tendering as a tre saying this is restrictive tendering. Restricted tendering is procurement limits. Restricted tendering in procurement limits the competition to a select group of suppliers, contractors, or service providers, unlike open tendering. This method is used when the procurement subject is highly specialized, requiring only a few qualified bidders, or when evaluating a large number of bids would be disproportionately expensive. It's also known as limited bidding or selective tendering. So, when they say restricted tendering, it means say it is limited to a few people, and in some instances, they have to be experts, people who have the required knowledge. Our expertise exceptional, and omutuminya sa contract restrictive tendering. Just say. Ye biema nipa kakra bi anase sometime krampo no ye mbie kura manipa bebre ye biema company ba kope. It means say answer this side remember sa company no na sa company no edwuma no omu nim edwuma no omu experience no. In fact, company bia entumi mma embe den enne omu be compete for that contract because omu expertise di omu nim no. About 90% of the companies are only competing with Inti yebesi a chira wase e no ka ho ne yede sa contract we ema Madam Torkonoo ba serum. Now, yanko into the contract. Follow the documents very well. Now, OSHA document where I was screen so let me enlarge it because it's always good when you can see what I am reading. This is a letter. Design 37 Limited. Enya free judicial services. Now, redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge. In the contract, they say, "Obe designing a judicial library na was creating a new judges lounge." Into which letter now we forward herewith our bid into letter way na Madam Torkonoo ba extra edekoma the judicial secretary say omo bid for this contract say omo be redesigning the judicial library and also omo be recreating a new judges lounge. Madam Torkonoo Chief Justice no ne ba no extra letter say contract bi ono na obetuma ye no otra command Madam Torkonoo office say sa contract no wa bid for contract no. Now Uridia say neka we forward herewith our bid for the above tender for your consideration. Having examined the tender documents, the receipt of which is hereby duly acknowledged, we, the undersigned, offer to redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges' lounge in conformity with the said tender document for the sum of grand total for redesigning of judicial services libraries and creation of judges' lounge, including 2 years warranty, 456,456 Ghana. Now, Madam Torkonoo Baba no extra letter. Basically, catch Madam Torkonoo office say, omo be da bromo, omo be da tum say, omo be redesigning the library for the judiciary and also a lounge. Now, Sika omo say omo de ba be sa contract no, 456,000. Titigana Sika no, 4 billion. And na ode ba be renovate library no, na omaye some lounge be ediama judges no. Inti letter way free Madam Torkonoo back ne ba your friend Syrian company ultra letter way ediakwa koma ediakoma the judicial secretary. Do you remember the judicial secretary? She is the lady Madam Torkonoo suggested me Kufuado say on Fanenko Supreme Court. That is the lady recently or resigning here as the judicial secretary. Let me show you her picture. Inti Madam Torkonoo Bano. She is writing this letter to the judicial secretary, or yet the secretary to Nemame. This woman. In the letter na Torkonoo ba Etrono, or Trakoma Madam Torkonoo secretary, say contract way contract in Timunshe Munamon Famaye. Na Ninina be cost 456,000. Titigana Sikano 4.5 billion. This is the woman. Mami we ena Torkonoo ba no etro letter na koma no saa time no na judicial secretary, this woman. On say recently Madam Torkonoo call suspension on also can say we are resigning. This woman Syria Pamela Granting time and now Madam Torkonoo ba etro letter we edia koma judicial services no on na the secretary to the chief justice. Judicial secretary no onye we resign and say the madam called suspension also are resigning. Into the banishment letter, no, the letter was directed to this lady. Say, ya the bed atum, ya pesi a renovate library no, and library renovate, ya pesi a lounge account, ninja nabe coste, tetigana sikano, almost 5 billion. Okay, let's go back to the letter. Now, Usha letter na. I wasn't done reading the letter. Usha letter ni here. With steady amount of money omube here EDIS contract no where Madam Torkonoo we are talking about conflict of interest. The reason why some people are making noise here because Madam Torkonoo is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Now who read the letter we undertake if our bid is accepted to deliver the goods and services in accordance with the delivery schedule specified in the schedule of requirement. Or see, someone a bid way too ma into letter way or throw a comma judicial secretary. Sa time no na oye ne maame secretary. Say mo the bid way maya. You be make sure say ejuma no you be ne pepepe. Oba sewa or say thank you for inviting us to take part in the above mentioned bid. Into judicial secretary no judicial services no and we invite you almost form bid in betum. And omo bid kotumu. And how much a bid no for renovation and also the lounge, is going to cost old Ghana, no 5 billion. Where Madam Torkonoo, the Chief Justice Neba, Syrian Torkonoo, and the bid at I'm an Mame office, and DNC. Team, stay with me. So, the correspondence are. Or the letter will come out judicial secretary, obviously or definitely the judicial secretary would tell the boss because the judicial secretary cannot take that decision alone. It means she has to go and discuss it with the chief justice because the chief justice is the head of the judiciary. And who was the chief justice? The chief justice then was the lady who was saying, give me the contract and then and the chief justice. So do you think say contract Syrian will not get it because what shall letter come on mame and wakacha me mame say mame deal of 4.5 billion old Ghana.
Busafo enu na do foro. Oboy sikidie or boys guess or boy guess or a guess the what you more no or be question the sim no yi na oba na was so some catch them more try more say manpower no was be catch them
Jamaica ni say or boys back up
yes
ebi ni hobi
guess papa no
meaning say wo pe guess na wo musafo no e wo me ho la safo da me ji en ye bi am ji ni kwa eye power bi ta mechi koko adro papa se wo pe koko adro papa dia bra power koko president odun ene be ma power a wo dia power guess no me mo bi ati ase say koko president de oso de beta mechi de bobi ti dom ama metimi awi afuwe so akwawi
me mo de mu de etima ne kese no emu be edu
me si afuwe oba bi a wo ba bi a jina yi
wo de besra ho
esanse me me body pow
kese ba
dia bi a me yire
ese me mo de besra ho
dia be kan be ba
besra ho mama de be mu ye tane
ye tutie koko afiwe ye tutie koko president wadia ye tutie koko
now osha the esi this is what happened after. Now so we check a document where let me enlarge it na kwasi bi mbeka Kevin Taylor or that Ghana for. So on the 17th of October September 2024 September, October, November, December naka 4 months ema yakoto aba naka 4 months ema yakoto aba ena Madam Torkonoo ba starte ebede for this contract naka 4 months na yakoto aba. Now uridi eye memorandum to Judicial Service letter ni the procurement authority Judicial Service no forward day sa letter no de command procurement director of procurement and technically Judicial Service for sa bid no and de command procurement. That means omahwe oba ne bid nim Chief Justice ne baba ne bid no and forward de command director of procurement inti forward de call procurement authority. Now na procurement authority extra buy almost J bid no document no no muhuye. This is the response from the procurement authority. Memorandum. Recommendation for award of contract, redesigning of the judicial services libraries, and creation of the judges lounge. 17 September 2024. Again, procurement. Your ladyship, we refer to the Public Procurement Authority approval for the use of restricted tendering method for the redesigning of the judicial services libraries and creation of judges lounge. The procurement authority. So, Madam Ladyship, letter at the Chief Justice. So, Madam Chief Justice, yen saka sa bed na de bre no. In fact, ya approve. Company ya idea Madam Torkonoo ba edia. September 17th, 2024. And a procurement to Trobeka Chre, a Chief Justice, through the Judicial Secretary, say they have approved the contract. Now, the procurement department has completed the process. Mazar Design 37 Limited has been recommended by the panel for consideration for contract award in a sum of 456,456 Ghana, including taxes. Respectfully, find attached evaluation report and the award of contract letter for consideration. When the signing here, Austin Evans Kanyoke. It letter the buy no. Bid in the beka na ma mensano. And for the call procurement and a procurement on the 17th of September, 4 months to election. Approve almost 5 billion old Ghana cedis contract. Edema Madam Torkonoo ba. So onkoye the library renovation and renovate or redo a lounge for judges. Almost 5 billion. 4 months to elections. Can she do that? So you now understand why Afenyo Markin is backing a lot. There's a lot in there. There's so many things going on and you have no idea. Now, did it end there? No. Yenya butre obiam follow me. Gidi gidi nimo. Yeah, Ghana for the reason why Chief Justice Madam Torkonoo is not supposed to come back to the Supreme Court. Never. This is clear, just a conflict of interest. You cannot. Moses Ame Jemfi Akoche Onwanisika 800 Ghana. We show be Okruma man 800 Ghana. Bone Yatiase. Yatiase, Sami Jemfi made a mistake. Why Bone? Yakasa nim. Chief Justice the contract man baba. For almost 5 billion Ghana cedis. What to walk out them and say, Minjai we the man can want them. Sami Jemfi ko ne ye no koshia will be no watching ska. And you say, Oya ban mu nipa in the position no, edi sen ko side no obedwom. Ye nyina aka nanim anameboa. Ya sorry ebie ye to. Ya mfa mienu we compare. Ni ahwe den ko so ko jail in there. But I don't want to go there. I'm asking you a simple question. Enti omuchiro letter no every year procurement no. Procurement so they reply by say ya jatum. In fact, contract na almost 5 billion. Mumfama Madam Torkonoo ba Syriam. Okay, yanko yenim. What happened next? Now, the managing director on the same 17th now, don't get this wrong. I'm sure idea. On say, she letter away. Letter na free procurement whereby na omo approve letter no on the 17th September no. The same day, another letter came through. Now here. So on the 17th of September 2024, and a procurement for the letter by say contract ya hwehwem ya di amano. Madam Torkonoo ban ya di amano. That's cool. Now here. On the same day, the 17th of September, the same 17th of September 2024, something happened. I'm sure idea. Let me move it up. There is a letter. The managing director, Design 37 Limited. Award of contract, redesigning of the Judicial Services Libraries and creation of the Judges Lounge. The Judicial Secretary to Madam Torkonoo actually wrote a letter the same day to Madam Torkonoo Bano, telling her, say, yenya response a free procurement. Today, they are writing the letter to Madam Torkonoo Bano. What did they write in the Judicial Service? Letter Omochiro Koma Torkonoo Ba. Procurement approval on the 17th of September. The same 17th of September, Madam Torkonoo Jinaso MHR letter Koma and Bano. Letter away free Judicial Services. PDWKS 3524. Dear Omochiro no letter nim. Let's read what they wrote in the letter. Letter Omochiro Koma Madam Torkonoo Bano company no. Technically, Omochiro Koma Torkonoo Bano. This is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of the Judicial Services Libraries and the creation of the Judges Lounge has been accepted. Almost say, we'll bid now the buy on the 5th of September. Remember, Madam Torkonoo Ba Syriam, the company now your friend, Design 37 Limited, no, bid, no, the command Judicial Services head on the 5th of September. On the 17th of September, and procurement approve the same 17th of September, and Judicial Services, led by Madam Torkonoo through her secretary, wrote to Madam Torkonoo's daughter, say, your letter you submitted on the 5th, the bid, it has been approved. This is to notify you that your quotation dated 5th September 2024 for the redesigning of Judicial Services, Libraries, and creation of the Judges Lounge has been accepted. Consequently, you are requested to carry out the redesigning works based on the attached priced bill of quantities and scope of works. 2. This letter is coming from Madam Torkonoo's office to Neba Company that you have been given 5 billion, almost 5 billion contracts. September 17th, aka 4 months near Tuaba. Now, second point, this is what it says. This is technology. The total contract price is 460,456 Ghana cedis, including taxes. Into almost 30 the contract sum, total sum, almost 4.6 billion old Ghana cedis. Yeah, Madam Torkonoo ba. Nema me sa actual letter man say your contract na tun. Point 3. You are to proceed with the necessary action for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specifications agreed upon. Payment will be made after satisfactory completion and certification of work done. Okay, point 3 now. Almost say a year payment no obubetua after Madam Torkonoo ba no aye contract na wie. Point 3 no almost say specifications some dia man no sikana aye almost 5 billion no oye contract ni nyina wie ombetam sikana ma no. So there's also another twist there. Did she complete the job? Has she completed the job? Has she been paid? Was she paid after the job? Or she was paid after the job? Because we want to know, was she paid after the job was done? Or she was paid before the job was done? Because point 3.
Yo, I have for Ghana for all the children. I greet everybody. I just want us money to I do my send my money to me. We do YouTube. I do my movie series. I in TV so movies just a movie platform to be yes listen. I'm more for energy. Na me catch you. So when you coco and I say coco bow so say etia o say tie ni etia o to baby etia bi anmas enfreme fre coco president on wan kaseni baby o coco tia biara obeyi coco na fro enti don't call
manpower there
manpower fre coco president
fre ketibo kapi
sanity onwo hu bi wo wi ase yeah you for calling okay bye bye.
Estate, you are to proceed with the necessary actions for the execution of the contract within 4 weeks in accordance with the specification agreed upon. Payments will be made after satisfactory completion and certification works done. Indeed, they wanted to make sure certifications and completion and everything is done before payment is done. The question is, was all these things done before payment was done? Who is this? It's funny. Now, Yanko point 4. By a copy of this letter, the manager, Law Court Complex, and the director, estates are to provide the needed assistance for the execution of the works. Please ensure that the works are executed within the agreed scope and reports on same following completion of works. In terms of culture, no, making sure say you not the 4 weeks you 1 month. What the 1 month yes renovation, redesigning of the library so. Just redesign the libraries. Table way see where the coffee table see a books way fakoshaha. Now redesign the lounge. 4.6 billion old Ghana. Redesigning and you're building a new library. You see redesign the library and a lounge. Baby I judge for me to din no kind book be obi anye dede. Ebi omo pe coffee kakra no manom. And no almost 5 billion. A redesign. Me cham the reason why Madam Torkonoo say anka or legitimate and or kano crank also resign kra and sana committee we atrase. On kano cranting or that one nam also or pekota kono. She's a liar. She did a lot of damage. And she covered up a lot of things. Now, point 5. Please note that a revised work plan for the execution of the project is to be submitted to the undersigned through the director estate before commencement of work. So Ushenipa or signing sa letter we are Justice Sarah Pamela C.A. Quarantine, Judicial Secretary to the Chief Justice. Then I am Madam Torkonoo. This woman used to be the former girlfriend of Ekufuado. She used to date Ekufuado. The former Judicial Secretary, Pamela. He used to date Nana Dankwa Ekufuado. Then the former girlfriend, and the Judicial Services or a Judicial Secretary to Madam Torkonoo. So Madam Torkonoo write a letter through her secretary to her daughter that we have given you a contract. I have given you a contract. Make sure 4 weeks you do the contract. This is 4 months to election. We were struggling to get money to feed women. Ghana. The dollar was almost 18. The government, they were telling us COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine. They were giving Madam Torkonoo's daughter almost 5 billion to redesign libraries. Did it end there? No. Let's move forward. Now let's go to the next thing that happened. Team, are you still with me? Obiati asye. Sa ni ebe no, ebe ni kakran kakra, obia beti asye o Ghana. Now, after Madam Torkonoo office ankasa cho letter command the base contract the amount almost 5 billion fano. This is what happened. Now, Madam Torkonoo bano in less than a month, you catch her and say, "Onye jumani nyina nwie until in some fruit onye bibia." In less than a month, she's back demanding for money. Now, Uridia, she actually wrote a serum. The company, a friend, Design 37 Limited. They actually wrote the Judicial Secretary to be sent to her mother, Sadieng, and this was received on the 25th of October. Remember, the last letter, Omode endorse and also Omoje contract is 17th September. This letter from a serum to her mother, the Chief Justice, through the Judicial Secretary, it was received on the 25th of October. Request for payment for redesign of the Judicial Service Libraries and Judges Lounge. Because just the MPP is dangerous. How can you say, I Kennedy Japan, Bawumia, Obodam, MPP. So I read the party, no. We have no idea. He's at for what I say. Dina me for Kanaman Chino Biati as na adia cha kwase bi ko gina TikTok because Kevin Taylor and ntina me yes because me pese kwase bi ko gina TikTok abedi matem be nkrata ba na menya time na me sa kenkan a chirechirem mo MP before kwase afo na mo nko school no mo mubi muntie me. Now request for payment afi na ne ba no giska mo ma me do. Are they going to pay her? Let's see. I hope this letter finds you well. I am humbly writing on behalf of Design 37 to formally request for the payment of 456,456 Ghana for the redesign of Judicial Services Library, Law Court Complex Libraries, and the Judges Lounge, which has been approved. So now, Akorano, on your contract, no. But in less than a month, Wababaki say, "You approve the contract, pay me the money," or instructing the mame through the secretary that my contract has been approved by my mother through the procurement, and it came back to my mother, and my mother told me that it has been approved. Now I am back. Pay me the money. The project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete. Listen. Letter way free. Madam Torkonoo Banho, Serum Company, no. In the letter, your trophy Judicial Secretary office, Nema Metroman said, this contract needs to be completed in 4 weeks before you are paid. Now, Akurane Kachire Nema say, through the Judicial Secretary say, The project has been planned to meet all required guidelines and budget. We are confident that with the timely disbursement of funds, we will be able to complete the outlined objectives. Or see, contract today and Saka, by a catch them say, Sani and Mokayano, said Jumadia, where you bet my contract 20 minutes in the Naswa. I was a Sikana ba. Says Sikana ma, and ya dear, you bet to me, I ye a Juma way it was ye. Meaning, they are asking for the money. Are they going to pay her? Her mother is the Chief Justice, Torkonoo. Are they going to pay Torkonoo's daughter the money? They are people who did jobs for the government, road contractors for 8 years. They were not paid. Some died. Madam Torkonoo's daughter put a bid in less than 2 weeks. It's been approved. Or say, pay me the money now so that I can do the job. What your letter command me through the Judicial Secretary. Now, please let us know if there are any additional documents or information required to expedite the process. Thank you for your attention and support. We look forward to your favorable response and to the continued collaboration on this important initiative. Yours sincerely, K.A. Ketali Abdullah, Secretary, Administrator, Design 37 Limited. And I'm the bread. So Torkonoo ba et which letter command ma me per contract. Na ne maame afo de procurement. Na procurement for aba say agiatum. Na ne maame aka just say approve. Na ne bana sa aka che de maame say hiska. Hey Ghana. This is the Chief Justice I'm talking about too. Madam Torkonoo. Obi to say adentina ye tata Torkonoo. Udim the Torkonoo aye. Yes, so me jemfia ko eye na wako share obi na wama ni sika. Ye ntia fine. Maybe the judgment there was wrong. Yen fan compare we. I'm not here to justify some Jemfi's actions. I don't want the problem. He can go and drink poison. I don't want the problem. But I'm making you understand to be a Ghana tier. Now, did it end there? Let's see. Pizza to phone Swami for. I hope say every single person is following what we are doing. So, if you don't know a year serum, she is actually connected to a year David Ajay. The guy now, Omomano, a year cathedral contract, no. It is serum. She worked with David Ajay's company in 2015 as an intern. Enti sa lady we ya oye Madam Torkonoo ba no. David Ajay na omude eye cathedral design man no. She used to work with David Ajay as an intern, not oye attachment. In less than 4 years, the intern is getting contract worth 5 billion old Ghana. What is the Ghana ukem? This is it. Onye. She used to work for a year. Serum Onye. I Torkonoo ba ni. Fe. The dead. Mesa twaso, but me chiro bibi. Me chiro. You have not seen anything here too, eh? Boni afenyo makin mwedi ewo Ghana no. And it's almost sorry no we demonstration say Madam Torkonoo nko. Uni boni omu mwedi wa Ghana. When I hear people tell Kevin Taylor, do you know the damage people have caused in Ghana? And yet democracy, and consider the people be second, you bomb in a trimutu. And yet democracy. Obi pempa daswawo, obi nyebi. Yatam almost 5 billion ama Torkonoo ba. She used to be an intern 4 years ago. Yawa road contractors for Ghana are buying 8 years in Tuamako. Ebiewu. Ose bawo miani Kennedy. Enkwasi afo mi anyway. Amo meyeden. Amo terminal report na mebo chiro no. MPP na me chiro no. Now yanko enim. Maybe I remember size pictures ni nyina so don't worry. Now, we no. Yanko, what happened next? Okachi and my office say she needs them to pay them no. A one or issue invoice. Serum, the company, they issued an invoice of 456,456 Ghana 98 pesos. Tete Ghana's Ghana almost 5 billion or issue invoice.
I was for our background video, and then our rich have us rich. Now I so
my goodness.
Also, some catch them.
Me babe Jim Ronibi. Yeah, interview a video about you know that I'm a grave president. It means Yana Kwasa. Problems. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to me.
Hey, just young president. The one. Oh my goodness. I was video now. I have a international one. I mind blowing.
Yes.
Now. Se ba social media you know the kings na e go na ya chance asino ye ka hu but the ba koko ni ya de ahodo bia president na ni
so how many acres on YouTube
na fe na me go buy 4,000 acres go fe do man de o manyim ka kra na ye senior o de ase yeah ya bu ya video na we so ya koko adura the whole Ghana twa ne ho kwa ye contact na pe do papa nubna
who assemble my emwa
man is
minister what is it? Who MPM? This one
who president?
Bye bye.
Now you see it. Invoice in here. Open some Madam Tokonuba back to court and do what? We are conflict of interest. And you people are still working in Ghana doing demonstrations. Say Obi tata Tokonu. Unim dia Tokonu atraso. Because MPP for Monkwasi Aboni and Wedi. But you say Tokonu or why Obitima protect him. May bot Tokonu ne records at Chiremo. This is Tokonu's second sin. But in the bonning in Ababa Chiremo with facts. Ya shada ni ya dini ya shemo and I'm MPP for Mujimi ready for party. Enti Osa issue again an invoice. Ka invoice and so Design 37 Limited. TIN number C002520517X. Supply, interior design, to Judicial Services. Date, 29th November 2024. Naka how many weeks near Twaba? 29th of November 2024. Now you issue invoice. Now aka how many weeks? Now aka how many days? Now to about 7th December. A week or two to elections. Now Madam Tokonuba issue invoice of almost 5 billion old Ghana. You sit there and tell me this woman has to come back to our court and sit there and do what? The committee is not supposed to even sit. That committee now, I'm about to Madam Tokonu case in this. They are supposed to today call it off and sack this woman. So after all this, Mobekache say Tokonu can go back to our court. Why should Tokonu go back to our court? Seven days to elections. Not Tokonuba issue invoice. The money. The money under the table. What to work is MPP? Before we Jimmy. 7 days to elections. Now, Madam Tokonu ba issue invoice of almost 5 billion old Ghana. Nema amena amana contract. Nema amena the Chief Justice. The Judicial Secretary can never make this happen without the Chief Justice knowing this. So this is clear-cut conflict of interest. Senka Madam Tokonu or China and Kebe Hangeno. Do you know that? Yeah. Say Tokonu. Suspended Chief Justice Tokonu. Senka or China and Kenda na Kebe Hangeno. Come on, Cheno, come kuno. With all due respect. Yeah, because that's how the law works there. Clear conflict of interest. Wash a yinewie. And you know the interesting thing? Company now made a will know from the beginning, no. Ne mami enu ne oho, Edem and Serum. Our mami and sa. Mami and Sana, Madam, Mami show the Mami and Sana picture. Mami show. Team, let me get you their picture. So with there, it's a public document. It is our company now. Omote you know. Madam Torkonoo baba akwe friend Edem. And a Torkonoo baba akwe friend Sirium. Omumienu are on that company. Company near Nembamienu ne dia. Let me show you. Let me show you. Our Mami and Sa. 2 and as our company near Omudia. Omuna yemomo almost 5 billion. These are her kids. Our Mami and Sa. Bakwe a lawyer. Nembani. Mami chro. And yes, I before we so. Intimenka say. Oh. Team, I lost the picture. Nema. Is it? I think there's it. Yeah, I have it here. Sorry. Torkonoo. Keep both. Torkonoo, Nembani. You see, Sirium and Edem, they are directors of the company. Design 7, DNDN. These are her kids. Now you see it. Ain't it something they know what they are doing? Now, some are a Chief Justice cry. What will make you want to take a contract from the Judicial Service? What will make you do that? The head of the judiciary. What will make you go open a company in 2019 and come in 2024 and say, give me almost 5 billion to do a job for me, mommy? An agency that, this is the one arm of government. Your mom is the head. So I are deliberate. You see how they are happy? What is quite so? Olai to create doom. Odo kwasi adimi matem. And Madam Torkonoo is always standing in church and preaching. The law is the law. Now, mama yanko enim kakra. So Osha ne mana dear Osha green dress no on the lawyer no. No, the Osha gray no. The Osha gray no. Yes. Mr. P. It's Edem and Sirium. They are the directors of the company. In fact, some side will come back now. Make sure company now. Make sure company document no. You better to us about. You also a detailing your maybe. On say make sure company no. Directors of the company no. On say edini niye. Edem Sarah Amega Torkonoo. And ye what Sirium Frances Afi Torkonoo. And a Sirium into omumienu and a company ni omudia. Bakuya marketer and a bakuya director and designer and secretary. Inti Nembamienu be a company. Nembamienu be a company no. And a omudia quote nemame Jose my contract. And I am the Chief Justice say the secretary no approve it and now fan court procurement. Never encore restrictive tendering. Memo biani or mompre. And procurement say, oh, so company with only unique, only exceptional, and almost approve.
Mama Kali knew. And they were the general house here. Also, want some catching over. Mama Kali.
I don't know who say Coco ya the body. For your disease, be a good penny mercy. When you victims be a bar, ni penny and one will be actually in no develop. Intimate person, which I was saying. And who will be a minister, be and a DC, and a evangelist, and a pastor, and a artist, president in what number one,
Coco president of
Macassi. Maybe I mean, no, Barbie took it to a BS into someone who wants to get and I may catch him Coco president. And I vice major vice. It is a say would be a Coco. Coco did probably be good by 1% to pay any 9% in Coco shows. We are boom. Oh, ni nyina ye koko ho sika ni nyina ye koko enti na me introduce na kire mo me kan ho asem papa president ba ko pe the koko man ba ko pe obia
koko man ba ko pe
koko man pani wate obia nka no ho bi na kire medi na kire wa koko ha obi
ayo
papa
da se ti mo de na bra bia obia
vie and I'm sad bre CJ office and I'm catch CJ say oh madam oban contract no ya approve it on the 17th of September 2024 the same day and secretary to the chief justice and nema the owners of the company no extra come on say mo you know ya approve it the same day. Now does it end there? No. I'm sure I did me. So, my show, the invoice from Madam Torkonoo and company. No? Now, after that, what happened? Documents in the dorsum. Now, this was when the director procurement in fact, this was when the procurement office, director procurement, actual letter, Ekoma Chief Justice, say, ne ban company no, the 5th of November, into who read the letter we are. This letter, it was from the director procurement to a judicial secretary. And what's the subject? Request for funds, redesigning of judicial services, libraries, and judges lounge. Now, had here date near 5th of November 2024. 5th. Your leadership reference is made to the award of contract letter number PDWKS 3524 dated 17 September 2024 for the redesign of the judicial services, libraries, and creation of the judge lounge. Following the issuance of the award of contract to Meza Design 7 Limited, the company has requested into him when they sent the letter. You see, when they wrote the letter, timer, my member company no extra letter no. Sure letter no command judicial services and copy the procurement. Into command judicial services no say no ye win contract no sikasam no na judicial services forward day procurement say sikasam na and a procurement ebetro ediama ebetro on the 5th of November edema Chief Justice say following the issuance of the award of contract to Meza Design 37 Limited, the company has requested per the attached letter that they will require early disbursement to proceed with the works. In the time, Nebano extra letter come Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary, no, so omu demand early money. What the procurement authority time encourage letter come on Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary say omu hiye sika no. They also forwarded the letter to procurement. Now procurement responded to Chief Justice no. I say over the 3rd paragraph, I say in the circumstances we wish to seek approval for the release of an amount of 456,456 Ghana, including taxes, to enable the company proceed with the works. It's in a mandatory letter. Madam Torkonoo extra letter come Judicial Secretary. Almost I catch up on say they need the money, but the contract states say was somewhere there. They insisted they needed the money, and Madam Torkonoo forwarded the letter to come out procurement, and the procurement say, "Oh, money some here can there, and then the momo muska almost 5 billion into treaty BBA as an emergency." Was an urgent deal. It was so urgent that procurement wrote back quickly to the Judicial Secretary through to the Chief Justice through the Judicial Secretary to tell Nkorane say, oh, the mukane ate yebetua sika ni sisia. Nkorane ma Judicial Secretary no pressure. Judicial Secretary through the Chief Justice no ma procurement pressure. Procurement say ate madam ye the sika no be ma wo ma no. Into letter no say in the circumstances we wish to seek approval for the release of an amount of 46,000. Inti Judicial Secretary for no letter no come procurement. Procurement actual letter come Judicial Secretary say right now they are also seeking for that money for the mano. You get it? And you see the damage they do. And then you can say, Bonnie ya Bonnie. Sami Jemfi na kodi in kwasi asem. And a Ghana for Munya Asamoka. Me, I'm not going to sit here and defend Sami Jemfi. That's not my job. It's his own job. On one action. I will not sit on a platform and defend Sami Jemfi on anything. No. But I want you to understand, say, there are more pressing issues we need to deal with. As far as you are over 18 years, you should know your actions, what you will do. But there are more crazier things to deal with. People are supposed to be jailed. Madam Torkonoo issue, and not just suspension. Her license is supposed to be revoked. She's not supposed to go home with a dime. Yeah, one of the Chief Justice of Ghana destroy the judiciary. From what I am reading here, Madam Torkonoo should not go scot-free like that. And it's in the MPP for a day. They know lots and lots. Hey, when Bonnie have in your market with do you know the damage these people have caused? All that they are doing is to protect their crimes. Now say NDC about government 5 months grand year. Wouldn't the ABC? Do you know what is coming? NDC about power. ND 5 months. NDC it's not power. ND it's not power. ND 5 months. The level of crimes they go NDC for national, they have not even touched 1%. Do you know what is ahead? Do you know what is ahead? You have no idea. Now, Yanko enim. Wait, conflict of interest. And think a committee no motina Chief Justice, they are not supposed to work. They are supposed to sack the woman. They are supposed to sack her. Her kids are supposed to be. Yatiane Kufuado, Neirene Nemba, Rebecca Kufuado, or the Nemba. Omu be a foundation, and Omu be Sika D and Kwasiafo in Amgana. Ya no moshe. Yet to chrome her. And a Kufuado, Rebecca Kufuado, or near Kufuado ma, a be a company. My sister's keeper. They took money from us. And then Kwasiafo a demonstration catch and say, Yama MPP bra power. Adaya. Bodam ni Kennedy Japone or Trufo Bodam ni Baumia, they can save us. These people, do you know the damage they've done? Where Madam Torkonoo sin 2 made the scandals, you'll be shocked. Baby, there are more serious stuff than this. Anytime who MPP for no mu Jimmy or Mohua, and I'm to be stressed. I'm hey, Madam Torkonoo is coming back where? Opa, allegations are chain. When Kwa alone, she's not supposed to sit in the Supreme Court or a Chief Justice. This alone, what I'm showing you Ghanaians. Now, yet Ghana near Mami West Abetna, Supreme Court Chief Justice, nay and board them. From what I am showing you, are we not mad? Say, you better allow Madam Torkonoo to come and see.
Mammy, I'm boring. Share, what Jibia. Now, Eredia, my chin will come see here. Nah, the same man who and also on some catchable. So they say.
For me, Chacha Munina, I'm a man singing. Sir, see a call live and I didn't come. Yet can you my friend from oh, and you do here, I'm a pet friend. Yes, Casabri, my friend, said that. Now, mum, say Coco Sissy winning, and now says Sissy baby, Coco baby, and Pato Freme, my number near engaged, I busy. I brand you in our friend, a very Coco president. Coco president, friend of what other friend. And friend.
I'm an afford which you can. Is oh, need you call?
Maybe the last week now or day, and you have many more him and boys and for sports business. That's the last one you can see. Yakada fall off as I say, I can say a baby a channel one in a back. I'm a Nina Beko. Nina, it's a wood here, Coco Dram, Mrs. Fresa,
Bum.
Coco TV GH. Open be beer was anti-mem. Say news, say sports, say entertainment. Be BBR. I was anti-my Coco TV GH. I'm telling you, Olelogo. Jen egbe ye Coco TVGH. Banu bagba Coco TVGH. No size egbe. Jie.